And even if it is the symbol for peace, no one is spray painting that on the hood of their car, being like, I care about this peace symbol so much.
I just viciously wanted as much peace as possible.
I bought a Tesla and then decided to paint a swastika on it to spread love.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Just putting swastikas in the guns of the soldiers like flowers. Should we start?
Yeah.
Keep that fucking good ass swastika rant.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is July 22nd, Monday, 1:30 p.m. We're here, live from HQ3.
It's about 80. It's a pleasant day in New York.
In the 80s. I wore a sweatshirt, and I made that choice. I woke up this morning, was feeling fat, and I said, I'm wearing a sweatshirt today. And I said, I know it's going to be cold as hell in the office. And now I'm here, and I'm glad I wore a sweatshirt. So.
I've been feeling fat, too. I can empathize with that. I'm trying to not eat for a day.
Yeah, me too.
I just ate an entire rack of ribs.
I don't even know where you would have.
I ate a side of street corn. I ate a side of Brussels sprouts. I
don't even know where I would find that.
a rice bowl with sirloin tips. That was a whole meal.
I know where you can get it. You get it from the Mexican ladies who just have the cooler of mystery lunch. By like construction sites.
Those ladies are killing it.
I want their mystery lunch.
What a
so
great
bad.
and I see guys flocking to them.
Yeah.
It's probably good. It's probably good
probably
food.
Excellent food.
Yeah. Home cooked meal.
Home cooked meal, $5, $4.
It's probably like $9, but it's probably so hearty. Because it's these 5'3", 200-pound Mexican dudes who just like are gonna need to sustain from 12 o'clock till their shift ends at 9 p.m.
It's either that or Subway. Those guys are single-hand, like they're keeping Subway in business. No one else goes to Subway aside for like construction workers.
I saw a clip or like stats that Subway was bigger than McDonald's as far as popularity.
I heard that there are more Subway franchises around the world than there are McDonald's. I did know that. That's
when was the last time you guys went to Subway?
It's been years.
Ever since mad cow disease broke out, I've stopped.
Dude, I've been...
That was a long time ago. I was like 99, dude.
That was when Jared was still fat and fucking jolly.
I was such a big fan of
when they just signed Jared.
Meatball and cheese sub at Subway, and then the mad cow disease ripped through America, terrorized us. And I said never again, and that was it.
Yeah.
I stopped going to Subway before they introduced the $5 footlong.
Really?
And I feel cheated because that deal would have saved me a lot of money.
Yeah, that was a pretty good deal. I used to go to Subway.
Would have given me a lot more money to pay for my mad cow disease treatments.
Exactly.
How is that mad cow disease?
Dude, it is one, as far as like, it is one of the worst. Like livestock borne illnesses.
Yeah.
It's like hoof and mouth.
Avian flu.
Mad cow. I think mad cow is probably the worst.
Yeah.
Swine flu.
Swine flu is pretty bad. I had that.
You had the swine?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Damn, dude.
I'm like 70% sure I had it.
Usually you know.
Yeah.
You can tell.
I remember being really young and having a crazy flu, but I think it might have just been pneumonia.
And that was right off that month where you just had an entire pig to your face.
Yeah, but I remember everyone was getting swine flu then.
That was back when your parents were throwing you little pig trotters to gnaw on.
Yeah.
And you'd eat the membrane between the hoof.
You were
that's sass. That's hairy. He's just can't get enough.
Yeah, every part of it. You didn't waste a vessel of that entire.
Nibbling on his dried horse feet.
It's kind of one of those things that I was really young, and I'm trying to remember if I actually had it or if I was telling people I had it as a joke. And now it's kind of blurred together, and I don't remember if I had it or not.
There's a lot of people who don't eat pork, and it's not even for a religious reason. Black people, but it's like they consider it an unclean animal.
Yeah,
and I don't understand that about the pig, because supposedly the pigs are like super smart. They're like a dog.
Yeah,
but also if they're so smart, why are they eating their own shit?
Do they eat it, or do they just perfume themselves with it?
I think that they eat,
really?
or maybe they're non. They
a
don't
lot
have
of animals
discretion.
eat their own shit.
Yeah, our puppy used to.
Yeah, my dogs both, like, you'll catch them every now and then mowing a shit, and you gotta go over and be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Ours grew out of that. I'm surprised yours are still doing it.
You were giving them positive reinforcement whenever they would eat their own shit.
Yeah.
You're saving us on food, Rover.
Yeah, there's definitely some vitamins left in that. Give it another pass.
Yeah. The Dominican baseball players would piss on their own hands. Some of them, did they drink their own piss, or were they just pissing on their own hands to make them tougher?
Well, I don't know that story. But
it was definitely
peeing
going
on your
down.
own hands, I don't know how that would translate to toughness.
Maybe they help with the calluses.
Have you ever pissed on your own hands? Like in the shower?
No.
Like taking your finger and like crossed the stream? I definitely have.
It's fun to do that with the hose. Like that
Yeah.
sensation is an enjoyable sensation, or with the flowing.
I think I did it once just to see.
Do Morse code.
Yeah.
Karate chop, just in case you were ever in a pinch and you needed to get a message to somebody and all you had was your pee stream.
Yeah, exactly.
What was it like?
Watch
Imagine
my
that
stream
someone
carefully.
was such a good street artist that they could create street art using like chops and pee of, a caricature of like Biden or something.
Probably, yeah.
That's where NBA halftime shows are headed.
Yeah.
That someone's just gonna come out with their pee and like
Red mango.
chop it up until like there's a Dame Lillard on a fucking massive canvas.
There's definitely like a fucking 8-year-old on TikTok right now doing that.
Yeah, caption wait till the end.
Yeah. You'll
Like,
never
What the
guess
fuck
where
is
this
this?
goes.
And it's like,
Yeah.
oh my
then they
god.
turn
And
it
he like
upside
perfectly
down.
recreates the photo
Taj
of Trump
Mahal.
with the fist.
Black Lives, the Black Panthers and the yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, the Trump fist.
Yeah.
My fault.
A lot of
All good,
baseball
bro.
players have been doing that. Have you seen that? Baseball players will hit a double and they'll hit the Trump fist.
Wow.
No.
It's pissing people off.
I watched the Red Sox last night and I turned it off because I could tell it was going in a bad direction.
Hmm.
And then they lost. So
Dude, you know what's going in a bad direction? America. People are about to start claiming racism so hard for
you know what's not going in a bad direction is the Phillies.
Oh yeah.
Way to bring it back.
Yeah. Always got to bring
We
it back.
were on baseball and I thought it was thin, and then Ronan opened the aperture to the state of our country, and you said, not today. No way, Jose.
The Phillies
8
are-
All-Stars?
The Phillies are incredible.
Let me just bring it back to another baseball team.
You think they're finally going to win this year?
I mean, it's too early to say, but I have a future on them, obviously. But
Yeah.
I've been saying we should go down to a game. My schedule's just
Yeah.
freed up.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis asked me to come down and
comedian.
hang out with him in Philadelphia.
Oh, that's nice.
And I figured we all could,
Yeah.
since you guys are pals as well.
Maybe being you, Francis.
Yeah, he did say, adults only. So I don't know if Sass is welcome.
I'm pretty slammed right now anyway.
We could go to the Phillies game and Sass could kind of just sit at the apartment.
That's good.
You
You
go
can play
slug
EA
beers.
Sports.
Yeah, you could go play backyard
Yeah.
baseball.
Do your EA Sports game.
You stream your fucking NCAA backyard baseball.
My game is I've got the finals tonight.
It's not called the finals in college
Championship.
football.
I got the NCAA championship. We won the SEC championship.
You're a pussy, and let me tell you why.
Why?
Because you said that you were going to pick between Temple and Penn State.
No, I didn't.
And
I never said anything about Temple. I would never be Temple.
It's in text messages.
You could pull up the text messages. I would never have been Temple. I said BC.
Temple's not in a good neighborhood.
Yeah, that's why. you
Mook
wouldn't
is playing as Temple. Which it's going to take him till like 2040 to win a championship.
Well,
Remember-
basically, you said that it was you said that you wouldn't be Penn State because they were too good of a program.
Yeah.
And it was basically playing on easy mode. So instead, you're playing as
Florida Gators.
yeah, that's
The
bullshit.
Florida Gators are ranked way lower than Penn State.
That's bullshit.
No, I mean, yeah, it's a little easy. I'm moving though. I'm accepting a job at Ole Miss.
Do you guys remember when the Temple in your head, you thought, if I get one person who pushes their finger in too hard, I'll die?
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was like the Achilles heel of the skull.
yeah,
The
pressure
soft
point.
spot. Yeah. And
Wait,
sometimes
what?
I used to think that like the Temple,
That was people said that though. They said if you got hit in the temple, you could die.
you could die.
instantly.
And for a long time, I would walk around sort of just massaging my temples, pretending like I was de-stressing when in reality I was protecting myself.
You're playing defense.
But then I switched to fearing that someone would use the flat of their palm to drive my nose bone into my brain and kill me with a blow. And then I would sort of walk around scratching my nose a lot to protect against that.
It's almost impossible to protect the whole face because then the soft spot on the back of the skull.
You do realize that what you need are a combination of the Rip Hamilton broken nose mask with some of the wrestling ear things that you could wear almost off your ears.
With the helmet that guys play rugby in.
That's not a bad idea.
More like the wrestling helmet would cover most of those, I feel like.
Would it?
What's the wrestling helmet?
Not the nose.
No, that's just the earpieces.
I think it covers the temples.
I'm pretty sure it's just earpieces. I think it's just muffs. Not good, man.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. None of us boys ever wrestled. Too much pain.
Too
Why?
much pain.
Why?
Too much contact.
Exactly. I'm not a violence guy.
Not me either.
And just
I'm
I'm not
retired
trying
from Call
to
of Duty.
sign up for someone to try to hurt me. That sucks.
Well, I think the goal is that you sign up to hurt someone else.
But
And
they're
I
gonna
don't think
try
you're
to
really
hurt you.
hurting anyone either. I can't imagine wrestling is that painful.
What?
I think it's more just getting someone into like
No,
a certain position
it's-
and then
Like
So
if we wrestled right now, which we won't, I would never do that to you.
yeah.
But if we did for 30 seconds, both of us would wake up tomorrow feeling awful.
Yeah.
Like if we were going full out
But also we don't wrestle.
for 30 seconds, with that.
You think wrestlers are so I remember in high school,
Like it's not like you're getting punched.
but some of the dudes on the wrestling team, they would like
You
show
get
moves
thrown.
where like you drive your chin into someone's sternum and it fucking hurts so bad. Dude.
Yeah, that would hurt the person that you're doing it to.
When they first lay their hands on each
I
other,
guess if you're good enough is what I'm saying is you
You
probably
just
don't
don't
feel
get
much
hurt.
pain.
when they first lay hands on each other, they clap their arms around each other's heads.
Yeah, but that's just like it's like a hug. It's
No.
like an aggressive hug. It's like when
Yeah?
you haven't
It's-
seen your boy in a while.
It's like a cuddle cafe.
yeah, exactly.
But it's
and then you
big
see him in the airport.
paws, just vice gripping head.
Yeah,
Wrestling, NCAA wrestling is basically just seeing your boys in the airport.
exactly.
It's basically like just having a bunch of secret handshakes.
When you all converge from different parts of the country for a bachelor party.
I watched the
Yeah.
boxing this weekend. That looked painful. That was one of the worst events I've ever watched, though.
I couldn't even bring myself to watch
It
the whole
was so
event.
dumb.
I knew-
Who fought?
Yeah,
Jake Paul and-
fought like what's his name, Perry,
Mike
Mike
Perry,
Perry.
some like MMA dude.
Which I don't understand. I know I know it's been said 1,000 times, but it's like I don't understand why it's so cool. Like everyone's like Jake Paul's undefeated. It's like, well, yeah, because he hasn't fought a single boxer. Has
No,
he?
he fought one guy and lost.
And he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then why is he fight? Why? How come every time Jake Paul fights, it's like he's fighting a Hall of Fame running back from Alabama? Like it's never. He's always just fighting like dudes who have athletic pasts.
It's basically Dancing with the Stars for
Yeah.
people who have no money.
It's the masked
yeah.
singer.
Yeah.
They're just like, will this person behind door one be able
Yeah.
to knock out the dude who's trained for 7 years
Yeah.
Yeah.
and is on fucking so many steroids
Yeah.
that he won't fight anywhere except for where there's no testing or...
I mean, Jake Paul must have had 30 pounds on Mike Perry.
I think it was because they had the Tyson fight locked in.
Yeah.
And he was going to be like, see, I'm fighting a boxer.
Oh, did he lose the Tyson fight?
The
No,
Tyson fight didn't happen.
It got canceled?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Tyson, he
'Cause
was
Tyson's
so fucked
sick
up that
or
he had to
something.
resign from the presidency.
Someone said that Mike Tyson, they saw, a friend of mine actually saw him at an airport. They were flying back on the same flight. And it was shortly before the Jake Paul fight was supposed to happen, I think. And he said that Mike Tyson got on the plane with like
A cane.
a cane.
Yeah.
And that he was walking in such a way that he was like, dude, there is no chance that he gets in a ring with this guy.
Like I get it. Like I get like the Paul brothers are like they're like showmen. Like they're clearly everything they're doing is for views and for money. They don't actually care. But like, wouldn't you feel bad fighting a 60-year-old Mike Tyson and like killing him?
Not when he's going to get paid $15 million.
I guess, but it's like so the sport that you're pursuing. It's like if you were really good at hockey, and then you were like, I'm going to challenge Wayne Gretzky to a one-on-one now.
But it's not
and then you
hockey.
Were like, look what I've done. I've disgraced the greatest of all time.
It's more like being good at football and then going into the XFL instead of the NFL. You're part of a sideshow, and you accept that it's not the honored, integrity-driven sport that people revere.
But if you could make like fucking $15 million playing in the XFL.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's almost like when what do they have, like the AFL or whatever, when like Steve Young and like Herschel Walker and Reggie White were in like a different league.
It's like going to play basketball in like Israel or something. They'll pay you way more.
Crazy. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I went
Was I not supposed to say that?
No, I don't care.
No, I love it.
I love it. I fucking love that
For
shit, man.
For a second, my brain glitched, and I just thought you were making like an anti-Semitic joke.
Oh, no.
And then I remembered why you were making the joke.
Yeah, I saw Yemen is bombing Israel, though. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Iran too.
Oh, wow. Family style.
They said Iran maybe had like a hand in the family style is hilarious.
Everyone's getting a little
That
piece.
was pretty good.
Everybody's got their hands in.
Dude, you know what I did last night? Speaking of war, last night for like 2 hours.
You know who's been going to war? The fucking Phillies, bro.
Last night for like 2 hours, I just watched. I watched stolen Valor YouTube videos, and then I watched videos of guys impersonating police officers, and then they get pulled over by real cops. It might be like one of the more entertaining things.
It's amazing.
I could watch that. The Stolen Valor ones make me really uncomfortable.
Oh, it's
Why?
so uncomfortable.
Because it's just some guy that like is talking about his time in like, a war, and then all of a sudden 7 Navy SEALs at the bar are like, who'd you say your sergeant major was?
What's your MOS?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know your MOS? See, I don't know how that's possible. Everyone
and then they start like kicking him in the shins. And you're like, oh my God.
Dude, they're so funny.
There was one I saw that a guy was wearing full military fatigues on Black Friday.
Yeah,
just
I know
to
the one
get
you're talking
the Black
about.
Friday sales.
Yeah.
At
The fat
mall.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he gets on a call.
Yeah.
And he's pretending that he's talking to his
Who's
like
Sergeant
commanding
Major.
He's like, Sergeant Major.
You need me at war right now?
No, I'm at Macy's. What fragrance did you say you wanted?
Dude, it's
and there's
so
a guy
good.
following him being like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Dude, he's like, you and your Sergeant Major go Black Friday shopping together, and he's like, sometimes.
Yeah.
Also, I was trying to think like, what do you think the actual discount is on top for military and Black Friday? He's saving an extra what, 10, 15%?
It's probably pretty solid. If you're one of those people that balls out on Black Friday.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. The best military discount I've ever seen is the ski pass for all the mountains out west.
Really?
Yeah, the Epic Pass.
Yeah.
Every year, which gives you, Vail and Beaver Creek.
I'm familiar with the
Breckenridge
Epic Pass.
and Park City and 7 days at Telluride, Afton Alps, Arapahoe Basin. I think Snow Basin, and then also a number of mountains in Japan, which obviously we're never going to use.
That's pretty cool.
And then a few in Europe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what's the discount?
Well,
because that's got to be pretty pricey.
For me, it was like $980 for the year.
Oh, that's not that bad at all.
If you ski 4 days, you're in the black.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like a day pass is like $200 at those places.
I think that for a military person, it's like $120.
Damn.
There's probably untold military benefits that you get, though, when the guys who work at Walmart that just fucking wish they were in the military will just like slide you a flat screen TV, be like, don't tell anyone I fucking do this.
That's true. And I would be one of those people at Walmart doing that because I love the military.
Yeah.
But then again, I'd never be working at Walmart because it's just not how I was raised.
You don't know how things are going to go. Rome, I moved to Israel. This podcast crumbles completely.
Is that where we are?
And then we're going straight
we're
to
gonna
Walmart.
Be greeters.
Welcome back to the Pat Bev podcast. We are live from a bomb shelter.
They're bombing the fuck out of there. There's videos.
Tyler slept over last night because his house is gone.
Yeah. Dude, that video of the dude in Macy's, though, the funniest part is when he because the guy that's filming is like, oh, my son is like obsessed with the military. Like they set them up, and he like goes and he like shakes the kid's hand, and he's like, yeah, I'm actually Attack Force 1. I do pretty much just missions. Like that was like his leading thing, was that he does missions, and the dude's like 400 pounds. Like he's a fat white dude wearing like baggy military uniform.
Why? So I don't understand why you feel uncomfortable watching it though.
I don't feel uncomfortable. I was howling laughing.
Just because
they are a little uncomfortable.
They're caught in a lie, and they don't know how to get out of it, and it's such a bad lie, and they're talking to real military people.
It's not even the worst lie.
It's a pretty bad one.
I think that the worst guys that get caught at supermarkets are the pedos, the people who are messaging someone online. When it's compared to that,
does that happen?
Oh my god!
People go to the market.
That's like
a
whole genre of video. That's like so stupid.
It's so popular right now.
Wait,
too.
I'm confused. Are they meeting the young people at the market?
They think they are, and then they're actually meeting a fucking bearded dude in baggy shorts and like a fucking Chicago Bulls fitted hat that's gonna punch him in the face.
It's
that's
like
cool.
Well, no, it's usually
that's
like
cool.
black teenagers, and like you show up expecting to see like a 13-year-old girl, and you show up and there's like 10 dudes in shiesties.
Yeah.
They're the new Chris Hansen?
Yeah. And then they just beat the fuck out of the guy.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Because
like
they
in the
can't
center
arrest
of like Walmart.
And he won't say anything because he,
No, they're yelling. They're like, he's a pedophile. And then they're chasing him around Walmart.
Damn, dude.
There's like thousands of these videos. I'm kind of on the side where like I get it. Like it's like, yeah, obviously the pedophile's in the wrong, but I also think it's really weird to like set up some online account and be pretending to be a child and like luring in pedophiles.
We should start luring in those dudes. Be like,
yeah.
So what did you say?
Yeah.
You said that you were a 13-year-old girl
funny.
and you wanted
Yeah.
That shit is like I can't imagine like in your free time being like, man, I'm bored as hell. What should we do? I guess we could like try and create an online profile of a child and trying to get old men to fuck us.
Try to seduce some old guys.
Yeah.
Some old guys who've but so my point was that in comparison, like stealing a little, like trying to get 10% off of a fucking Black Friday deal on a Furby, not that bad comparatively.
Yeah, right.
And also, I kind of think it's on Goodwill. They sell full uniforms.
Yeah.
It's like you can go to the military supply store and buy the entire uniform. Like,
can you really?
Is.
You can buy a uniform that was like a game worn jersey.
Yes.
Oh, with proper insignias and
There's probably some
that.
level of insignias on it, and you don't know, so you have to kind of cobble it together.
Well, that's usually how these guys get caught. Is they say that your your badge or thing is on the wrong side, or it's supposed to be a couple inches to the right.
And their boots. It seems like they always get caught from the boots.
Because they're not tarnished enough? They're not varnished enough?
I don't know what it is. There's something with the boots where they're always like, what's with the boots?
You're wearing LL Beans, dude.
Yeah, because they're always just rocking like Timberlands.
But you can buy military type boots too.
But these guys aren't.
I guess they're not trying to ball out on the boots. The boots must be pricey.
Well, if they're saving that much on Black Friday, they probably aren't buying the top of the line.
They need
boots.
Well, you probably don't get a military discount at the military store.
Dude, we should go out. Here's what we should do. We should go out in full military dress. We should spend everything we can to get the outfits as legit as possible and see how many discounts we can get before we get caught.
So steal Valor.
Yeah, but it's intentional and we're being honest about it up front, so nobody should get mad.
And so we'll give the money back at the end, or we'll just take the discount?
Well, that remains to be seen.
I don't care about taking a discount from a corporation.
Yeah, we can frame it that we are trying to raise awareness for how easy it is to steal Valor.
Yes.
And that we want people to be on the lookout for people like us masquerading as former military. What do you know which branch of the military would you feel the most comfortable right now with everything that you know impersonating?
Marines? I think Marines for me. Except for look at me.
Probably Navy.
Navy for me too, I think.
Navy would be the easiest.
We're midshipmen, you and me.
Yeah. But then, dude, I saw a guy impersonating the Navy. There was some where they got like, they were getting like a dude that was like 90. And I was like, just let him fucking dress up, dude. Just let him play pretend.
He's going to die.
They went after a 90-year-old guy?
Yeah. And he was wearing a Navy uniform.
Huh.
It's got to feel pretty bad. I was thinking about like getting home after you got caught stealing Valor must just be like a pretty dark moment in your life.
It's probably freeing
like
a little bit.
Like getting home and taking off the uniform and you're like, fuck, why did I do this?
I bet they use the same uniform and just go to a different town the next
probably.
day. There's no way that these serial liars have like a conscious creep up on them.
I think the cop ones are crazier than the military ones.
That feels more risky to me.
It's they pull people over.
That seems so risky. Because that's like, let's put it this way. If you're dressed in, an Air Force uniform or a Navy uniform and you're out in the streets and then like a mugging happens nearby, people aren't running over to you necessarily and being like, fix it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're in a cop outfit, someone could very well come up to you and be like, I just got fingered against my will.
Yeah.
Help. And you'd be like, I hate to let you know, but this isn't.
No,
you have to start the investigation. Like, let me smell your fingers.
Yeah. I'm going to let you know a little secret. This isn't really who I am.
Yeah.
I sell flowers.
I saw one where it was a cop. It was a fake cop pulled someone over, and then a real cop pulled over and was like interrogating the fake cop. And all the comments were like, imagine being the person that got pulled over. And you're just like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Dude, it's Eric Andre humor.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of him getting chased through the store or the bank or whatever by a cop?
No.
Who is like, who's like yelling like, I'm going to get you. Stop. And he catches up to them and he like turns him around and then they start making out in the bank.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the cop making out one. Yeah.
I think he does that. Maybe I've just seen the video a lot, but I think he like makes out with cops like a decent.
It's pretty good. It's a good bit.
His fake cop stuff is really funny when he goes and gets the donuts.
Being like, oh.
Yeah. And he goes and he'll buy a bunch of donuts and then he'll have like a 40 with him. And he'll just be standing outside of a gas station. It's pretty funny. I just rewatched his Alex Jones one.
What was that?
Where Alex Jones is doing a rally.
Oh, yeah, of course. He's at the RNC.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want you to fuck my wife. And they at that point, the crowd is like, kind of like with him.
Yeah.
And then he says, why does my pee-pee come out yellow? And then they turn on him. But there's a moment there where he's like, oh, let the Daily Show guy come up. Let the Daily guy come up. And everyone's like, boo. And then they're like, what's wrong? Why are the Democrats? He goes like, I don't like the Democrats. I just want you to fuck my wife.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, we like this guy.
Yeah.
I think that when we eventually do our Stolen Valor cosplay, we need to get like a consultant.
We need help.
John Taffer style. Like we need somebody, like one of the pros to come in and be like, this is how you need your shit. Like we need chaps to come in and be like, this is where you want your fucking patches to be.
Right.
This is where you did your basic training. This is where you did your basic training. This was your commanding officer.
Yeah.
Someone to train us so we could be the perfect Valor stealers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the big one is that you don't like the one that they always get them with is that they don't have they don't have a military ID. So we'd have to come up with fake IDs as well.
But I've also seen the videos where the guys will be like, this ain't fucking, you're stealing Valor. Like this isn't, and they'll like take their military ID and the guys actually are.
See, that would be, you got to be really sure that the person is stealing Valor before you go up to them and you're like, stolen Valor.
There's one I've seen like a dozen times where like someone's at a bar and the guy like takes the military ID.
Yeah.
And like, I think he like maybe rips it up or like throws it in the trash can or some shit. And the guy's like, I'm in the military. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
He's like, no, we get military people in this bar all the time. And then it probably just turned out that it was like a black dude and he was racist or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, man. But I was telling Sass that since it's the first presidential election cycle where I'm old enough to run for president, I think it's my time.
I was saying that you guys should run together.
Now that Biden has taken himself out of the race, I think that I need to get in the fucking race.
Yeah.
And try to just get 1 million votes. And I need you guys to help me to craft a platform.
That's the number that you have to get?
No, I feel like a million would legitimize me.
That's a pretty good number.
I feel like I sell some books or some shit down the line. I feel like if you get 1 million votes, you're set for life. Look what it did for Kanye West. No one even knew about that guy.
How much did Kanye get?
I thought he got
like 50 million. No,
was
that
he a
wouldn't make
write-in
sense
choice?
at all.
I think
I
it was
don't know,
right.
that was pretty
Definitely
stupid.
wasn't 50.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense at all.
I think like 70.
That would be like he would be
in.
in the race if he got 50 million.
50 million would mean he had split the other two candidates.
Yeah.
There's whatever 350 million people that live in the United States. You can only assume that half of them vote.
Not even half. He only got 60,000 votes? What? So how'd he get so famous off of it?
Oh,
Birthday party.
Must have been a ripper.
Yeah, it must have been a blast. I think that there's upside to it, though.
Mm.
How crazy is it that he's out of the fucking race?
Bides?
Yeah, is it crazy?
I think it's pretty crazy. I think he's probably dying.
Like
more than that's noticeable.
My friends have been tracking the betting odds on him making it to the end of his term.
I don't think he's going to.
Which is January. And initially it was like 60% that he makes it to the end. Then it
Alive?
went down. Then it
or
resigns the post or dies. And then it went down to 50 and then they closed the bets.
Really?
Which means to me that people know that Biden is something. He has COVID right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I think the fact that he dropped out of the race and is not speaking, there's no like he's gonna speak. They said he's gonna speak later this week. Like dropping out of the race and not speaking for multiple days is insane.
Did you see the AI thing of him doing the address?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Say it again. Y'all are a bunch of...
But it's funny that like just last week, everybody, like every like Democratic politician, lawmaker, senator, congressperson, whatever, they were all like, "We're riding with Biden." No,
well,
like he's
I think
fine.
a lot of people after the debate were saying that he should drop out.
At the same time, there was a lot of people more publicly who were like, "No, he's good, he's fine."
Yeah,
someone would be like, "Is Biden fit to be president?" And they'd be like, "Are you fit to be president?" It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What is that? I'm not running for president. What an insane way to like try and turn the question.
I mean, I think the fact that it was a week ago or like 10 days ago, he spoke and he said that he was like, people are asking me if I'm going to stay in the race. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Let this be loud
I'm running again. and then like saying that and then 1 week later dropping out of the race completely is pretty crazy.
That is how things go, though.
You can't
politics.
be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't make sense.
They're being
to be like,
fed.
I'm thinking about it.
They're being fed live polling data.
Yeah.
They're being asked, like when, it basically, I think there was probably some sort of intervention where Nancy Pelosi and, the heads of the Democratic Party came together and sat down with him and they were like, we need you to drop out.
Yeah. Well, because Pelosi was calling for him to drop out before most people weren't, wasn't she?
Yeah. I think they all knew that he just didn't stand a chance.
Folks, let's talk about Game Time for a second. Did you know that you can get Catronata tickets at Forest Hills?
That's a cool place to go for a concert.
It's amazing.
What an awesome venue.
Flying over Forest Hills, you're like, am I in Bavaria right now?
Yeah. And speaking of Forest Hills, that's where the original US Open tennis tournament took place.
Yes.
And I am going to be using Game Time to get US Open tennis tickets.
Ooh, yes. You can truly get anything you want on Game Time ticket-wise, whether it's Catronata or the US Open.
Yeah. Alcaraz.
Yeah, and see Carlos Alcaraz and all our good brothers who like to rip it up on the courts. But it doesn't matter what kind of courts. It could be the basketball courts. You could probably even get tickets to a trial through Game Time. That's how deep things go over there. Game Time, the official ticketing app and partner of Barstool Sports. So many ways that you can get deals. You could sort it by where you want to sit. You could sort it by how much you want to pay. And it's pretty much like you're getting the lowest price whenever you're going through Game Time. You could find out the day you want to go to a Phillies game and say, hey, I'm hopping on Game Time right now, and I'm going to be sitting right behind the dugout, sitting in the outfield, right field, left field, first base, third base, whatever you want. Game Time has you covered because they're the shit.
That's right. With Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, the best place for last-minute seats with up to 60% off your favorite events. What are you waiting for? We're going to buy those U.S. Open and K Trinata tickets now.
Game Time. It's
take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app.
That's right.
Create an account and use code BOYDAD for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Alrighty, let's talk about Rocket Money. How much do you think you're paying in subscriptions every month? The answer is probably more than I think.
Yeah, you're
Over
right.
74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. With Rocket Money, you have full control over your subscriptions and a clear view of your expenses. You can also see your subscriptions. You can see all your subscriptions in one place, and if you use something that you don't want, Rocket Money can help you cancel it with a few taps.
It's great how the dashboard shows me this month's spending compared to last month, so you can clearly see my spending habits. Plus, they'll help you create a custom budget and keep your spending on track.
Yeah, I mean, they are literally saving everybody tons of money. What's the actual figure on it? It's like 500. It's an exorbitant $500 million in canceled subscriptions.
$740 a year. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million.
$500 million. Yeah,
subscriptions,
crazy.
Saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features.
That's so sweet. Stop wasting money on things that you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/boy. That's rocketmoney.com/boy. rocketmoney.com/boy. Get it right today.
I was playing NCAA when the news broke, and I put on CNN in the background, and there was like dudes like straight up crying on CNN.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
I saw that clip of
what after he dropped out.
After he dropped out, they would like every like 30 seconds there would be a new person that would be joining to speak, just like on Zoom. And like one dude joined, and he was like straight like voice cracking, eyes watery.
Sad for Biden.
Just being like, this man has sacrificed everything for this country.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel bad for the guy.
Well, yeah.
He's dying.
He's going to die.
Imagine being that. Like when my grandfather was that age, I would watch him slather butter on toast.
Yeah.
In such a way that it looked like it was cream cheese. And we as a family would say, hey, Gramps,
it's a lot of butter.
We want you to be around. Maybe go easier on the butter. And he would say, I've lived long enough. And we would back off. We would. And I think that is the normal sort of level of respect and peace that people who are 81 have earned.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Biden's in Rehoboth Beach eating sticks of butter, being like, put me out of my fucking misery.
And people are being like, look at this brain dead moron. Fuck him.
But that's also like the agreement.
We never said that to my grandfather. We never said, fuck you, Gramps. You're ruining our country with all your butter that you're eating. One time, here's another quick story. My grandfather, we have a house. Hold on a second. Just bear with me here. We have a house up in.
We need your ears on this one. We need your ears and eyes.
Gritting his teeth. How angry you are.
No, I'm not angry at all.
You're fucking furious over there.
My grandfather, we have a house up on Lake Huron. It's a camp. I've had his generation when he was a kid.
That's a rich thing that people do, calling their house a camp.
We didn't have electricity,
but that's what isn't that what Bernie Sanders did? He's like, I have a house in D.C., I have a house up in Vermont, and I keep a small summer camp. Like many other people.
Yeah.
Like,
This is actually a camp. I mean, we had like these peat moss toilets. They were, effectively outhouses, and gas lamps, and it was lovely. It was really nice, but it wasn't fancy. Anyway, we would go up there on one of the Great Lakes. I think it's Lake Huron, maybe it's Lake Ontario, and we would go up there. And one time there was this drawbridge to a different island that they had built, and it had 2 shot put balls as the weights that would pull the bridge up and lower it down.
Yeah, with the tide.
And no.
Okay.
They didn't float. They were just meant to you could wind a cinch and somehow it would, or a winch or whatever, and it would somehow, because of the weight of the balls, it would lower and raise the.
Understood.
Yeah, like with the moon bringing in the gravitational pull.
I'm going to let you know right now that gravity had nothing to do with it. He was in a boat and he had extra shot puts, and he was coming down the sort of little stream canal area, and he lobbed one ball up onto the shore, and it hit, bounced, and then dropped into 18 feet of water.
Yeah.
And then he took the other one and lobbed it up, hit, roll, both go down.
Mm-hmm.
And then my cousin Jackson and I put on masks and had to dive for the shot put balls.
Damn.
And they were, my sister and my other cousin Phineas sat on the drawbridge with a basket attached to a string, such that when we put the shot put balls, if we could find them, into the basket, they would haul them up.
Yeah.
And I did it.
Nice.
So that's that story.
Why did your grandpa do that?
Well, that's just the type of guy he was,
Sounded like he was trying to kill you.
No. We weren't. Days after, we had to go diving for the shot put balls.
Yeah. Why didn't you just get new shot put balls?
We didn't. Look, this was not a fancy camp.
Time.
This was the type of camp where, you couldn't just. This was before Amazon.
Yeah. Shot put balls weren't just popping up out of nowhere back
You had to go to
No.
Dick's Sporting Goods, and there's no Dick's Sporting Goods by a good summer camp.
No.
This was in Canada.
Yeah.
So you had to drive the shot put balls from a place like Detroit.
Yeah.
And they're using a metric system, so you don't even know what the weight.
You don't know what the weight is.
Exactly.
If it correlates.
And
I'm sure the local shot put store's miles away from camp.
You have to walk uphill to the shot
Both
put
ways.
store, and then going back uphill in the second way with a fucking shot
With the shot put ball?
You probably die.
Yeah.
It's easier to dive to the fucking bottom of Loch Ness.
this is exactly why I offered this story. I had a feeling you two would absolutely have a feast.
Did you guys
of
just
riffs.
have shot put balls on hand?
Look at the riffs that are springing forth from that shot put
It is
story.
family style.
Did you ever throw shot put?
No, I never did.
You just
I
dived
grabbed it from the bottom of the thing and I put it into the basket.
And that was
But it was so deep that I had to clear my ears at least 3 times on the way down.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, that's 18 feet is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was probably like 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
But ever since then, I've become obsessed with holding my breath underwater.
Yeah.
And now when I go to parties where there's a pool, like a pool party, I will sort of tap someone on the shoulder quietly who's in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
And I say, I'm going to do 4 lengths.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And then I just get under the water and go.
Yeah.
And by the time I come back, I'm excited to show that I've done it, but they are no longer paying attention.
That's what got you kicked out of the Leonardo DiCaprio party, right?
Well, I
4
wasn't
lengths.
allowed in the pool, but I did know that if I had gone in, I would have done at least 4.
Just holding your breath for what you think is the equivalent of 4 lengths next to the pool.
Yeah.
Turning blue.
Yep.
Like, this is what it would be, probably. I'll be halfway
That's lap
through.
Someone grab him. He's drowning. Leo saved a drunk guy at that party. Did you read about that?
No.
He helped a drunk guy. He placed him up against a pole and said, hold on to that.
Meanwhile, he put Justin Timberlake in his car and said, fucking go drive as far as you can.
Wait, what happened there?
Justin Timberlake got arrested for DUI. in the
Oh,
Hamptons.
yeah. I was thinking of Justin Bieber.
That was so funny. This is gonna. What do you say? Something about the tour?
Yeah.
He's like, this is gonna destroy the tour.
Yeah.
And they were like, what tour? And he goes, the world tour.
Man, I'm tired of singing. Justin Timberlake was so fucking cool for so long, and then the flip switched and everybody turned against him.
I didn't turn against him. I'm still JT for life.
The same thing bro. The same shit happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Joe Biden used to be so cool.
Joe Biden was cool as hell. Just 4 years ago.
And then, Anthony Bourdain was so cool. Now the whole internet is against Anthony Bourdain.
Have they turned on him?
Oh my!
They're turning on Seth Rogen hard too.
Jack Black.
Yeah.
Well, they're not turning on Jack Black. They're turning on Jack Black's.
No, they're turning on Jack Black because he turned on his guy.
Because Jack Black's a lib.
Because he's a disloyal
lib
lib.
coded.
Well, no, Jack Black's not a lib. The other guy is.
The other guy was a fuck.
The other guy
yeah,
said,
yeah,
"Don't
yeah,
miss
yeah.
Trump next time." And then Jack Black canceled the tour.
He's
the world tour.
He's a capital sexual. He's just obsessed with that fucking sweet cash. But you know what, Jack Black, stand for something or fall for everything.
Exactly.
The fuck is what I.
That's what I tell my team.
Fuck, I say to my team.
Yeah.
On my fully loaded tour when I sit them down after fucking. Are you guys going on fully loaded next year?
Francis.
Well, I could see Francis going on fully loaded. I think that is very.
You kind of
much
have a style of comedy that would do well in like stadiums.
Really?
In front of
really
80,
funny?
In front of like 80,000 people.
Really funny, like
really tight jokes.
Like really,
I think it's just like
quick
easy
jokes
to
that
listen
are good
to.
for easy to listen to, like funny as shit.
Somehow Sass is gonna like tomorrow. He's gonna be like, dude, I'm sick of comedians that do jokes that are easy to listen to.
Yeah.
He's gonna quietly let me know that my style is now not fun for him.
I want pig Latin jokes.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna let
you have a mental disease.
I'm gonna say it right now.
I just gave you a genuine compliment, and
but
then you somehow
you
twisted
never know
it.
with
You twisted it into me.
Gotta guard against it.
They gotta
guard
temples,
against it.
put
I'm
the ear
hiding my
guards
temples. I'm not letting it in.
The soft spots.
Quick plug: Sass and I will be at Cleveland Hilarities August 15th to the 17th. You can get tickets for that at lilsasquatchwebsite.com. We hope to see you there.
And I took the picture that you guys are using as promo.
Really?
That's right. The one I did. Yeah. I did use that.
Yeah, which I mean I feel like is basically the same as being on the card and doing like 30 minutes with you guys.
I love that picture. It makes me think that Sass and I are British boys.
Yeah.
Running out from our elite boarding school, our preparatory school.
Yeah.
And we're sneaking a ciggy.
Yes.
Before we
a cheeky
back
cig.
in. Yes. Right before we head back in through some stained glass window.
I do love a cheeky cig. Dude, I totally forgot about this. I went fishing in Central Park this weekend. It was so brutal.
No shit.
That is the gayest thing that's
it
ever
was
been
so
said on
dumb.
this podcast.
Yeah, I felt really stupid the entire time.
Why? Because there was like a T-Pain concert in the background.
No,
like
I went.
182's playing.
I went
feet from
all
you.
the way up to the top, like Harlem. So it's
Catfish?
like there's like no tourists up there. It's pretty quiet. And I went with one of my friends, and we brought
Which friend?
my friend Jack, and
the fuck?
and it was pretty.
Who's Jack?
Who's friend Jack?
He's my friend from home. He lives in New York.
Is he
And-
new?
No, I've known him since I was in preschool.
Why haven't you talked about him?
We don't hang out that much.
Have you bumped him up because your other friends are no longer as available?
No, I've been fishing with him. This is my second time going fishing with him. He was the one I went fishing with him when I fell in the water in the winter, and I almost drowned.
I don't think I know that story either.
Well, it was a good story. You should listen to it.
What is he? What's his deal? He lives here in New York?
Yeah.
But he's from Massachusetts.
Yes.
And you guys hang out aside from fishing?
Yeah, occasionally. I just texted him and said, "What are you doing this weekend?" Pretty standard interaction with another human.
What is he friends with Bo and Peters?
Yeah, he knows them.
Do all of you hang out? How come he's not part of that group?
Because he has other friends.
I think
that he
I've
hangs
met
out
him
with.
once.
Yeah, you did meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You met him?
Yeah, I think I met it some time ago though.
Yeah,
like
he's
maybe a
lived
couple
here for
years
like
ago.
probably 2 years now.
Like,
a year and
what
a half.
what was he doing when you met him?
We were at a bar.
We went to a bar.
You guys went to a bar?
Yes.
This is
He's
back
like,
when you
actually,
were
I think
drinking.
he's hot.
Jack?
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
He's like pretty hot, right?
Yeah. Way
When we
better
met him,
looking
he
than
was fucking a bitch. I'm pretty sure.
Are you kidding me?
I'm pretty sure I remember he was
Well,
like
anyways,
fucking a bitch
we
at
went-
the time.
We went fishing, and
Does he do that a lot? Like, is he
Yes.
in a relationship guy, or is he like a pretty single guy?
I don't know.
At the time, he was fucking a bitch.
I don't.
for
I feel like we
sure.
shouldn't.
From
I
the
feel like we
bar?
shouldn't be saying
No,
all
like
of this.
what?
We're not like. I don't think he wants to be.
You brought him up, bro.
No, I barely brought him up. I said I went fishing with one of my friends, and then you guys
and then
were
you were
like,
like,
"Whoa,
it's the
hold
friend who
phone.
was the fucking
You have friends?
it was fucking.
You have
we're-
friends
we're
that we don't
learning
know?
a lot more. It goes from just some guy that you like to fish with to this Casanova playboy, socialite, drinking powerhouse of fun. And obviously, I want to meet this.
He was
guy.
a tour de force.
We
Yeah.
watch football sometimes together.
Yeah,
Comes over to my
what
house.
type
we
of
watch
guy?
football.
Doesn't Jack do? Like that's where we're at now.
We watch ball.
He fishes, and he also is acutely aware that there are plenty of fish because he is going to town.
Fuck.
Fuck. We went fishing.
Does he
definitely-
do stand up?
No.
Yeah.
Has he come? Has he ever seen you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've met him multiple times.
Yeah. At
At the
the Dollar
stand.
Slices show too.
Yeah, no.
No.
At the stand though, he comes.
He's come to the stand a few times.
Can you tell him I'll be there tomorrow and Wednesday? And are you going to be there either of those nights?
Probably.
Just send him through.
Have him come. We should hang.
We should hang.
Well, he has a real job, so
What does
he's
he do?
probably not coming to the stand.
He's
on
a
You can give
gigolo.
Tuesday. Or
Broadly,
Wednesday.
kind of what he's into.
Finance.
Oh my god! Like trading or banking?
I don't know. I did genuinely have no idea.
Does he work long hours?
Yes.
Then it's probably more on the banking side.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he's a powerhouse.
Does he work for a big firm?
I don't know.
How long has he done that?
I don't know.
Like since he moved to New York.
You're
he
asking
moved to New York
questions.
for it.
You're asking
Since
so
he
many
moved to New York.
questions.
Yeah, that's probably post college. So he's your age, right?
A
Yes.
little bit. I thought he was like a year older.
Nope.
Well, these are the tough years for
He's actually
bankers
younger.
when he's young like that, because he'll just get all the bitch work. They'll be there
Yeah.
till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
But he's built for it though.
Oh,
gonna
so
be-
no, yeah. So he interned.
It's gonna-
That's when he.
That's
met.
what it
He
was.
interned
Yes,
a
he was
couple years
here. He
ago.
was in New York before you.
Yeah.
But he wasn't.
No, he was not
over.
here before me.
And then he got an offer after that
I think
Yes.
for full time. Did he get an offer from the same firm that he interned at?
I don't remember. I think he did though.
But we went fishing in Central Park, and it was it's pretty. I didn't catch anything. I didn't even see any fish, and they don't have like. It was just like me and a bunch of like DoorDash dudes
And
Like-
Jack.
in Jack.
Trying to like make a fucking order whole.
Yeah,
Just like eating fish and being
Yeah.
like, I gotta replace this fucking
Yeah.
tilapia.
but casting with a fly rod in Central Park is kind of like a scene.
Yeah.
Like my back cast is going like 40 feet behind me,
Yeah.
like, swiping through people's faces.
As they're proposing in
Yeah.
rowboats.
They're like having a picnic.
Was Jack pretty preoccupied with his phone? Like I feel like he was probably getting work stuff.
I don't think so.
No, he was able to be present.
Yeah,
Was it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
I guess
He's a stunning guy. Like you would be shocked at how fucking
know.
how present he is.
I'm pretty fixated on him right now.
He is very present. And that's one of the main things that sticks out. He had a winning smile,
Mm.
good hair, and he's very present.
Is
Am
he
I
tall?
lying about any? Yeah,
He's tall?
not like super, not too tall, but like probably
Like my
6'2",
Damn.
like a perfect height, 6'2", 6'3".
Will you give me his number after
My height.
the pod?
But he
No.
carries it a little bit more chest out than you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I have gamer posture, and I mean, dude, literally all I did this weekend was
Game and fish.
and do stand up. I had 5 shows on Saturday, which was a lot.
That's how you get better, though, bro. That's
I was
what
at the
I've
stand
been
from
saying.
7:15 to 1:30 in the morning.
They just had you multiple times on a single show.
Yeah.
Just coming back up on the same
You
show.
might remember him from 45 minutes earlier. This guy's best friend is Jack. Apparently, that's a real person that we haven't heard about before.
Oh yeah,
It was pretty fun. And then I
Pepper Jack,
played-
Jack of all trades.
Kind of think you know a guy's friends, and then all of a sudden he drops Jack on you, and Jack's this
Wait till you meet Jill, brother.
6'10" banker.
Yeah, like he's the guy that fought Jake Paul this weekend.
Ron, who do you think I should coach next?
Penn State.
I don't think we're going to get any offers from Penn State.
Why? Well, I mean, I think Ole Miss
I think Penn State-
is a very
I think
lateral move.
Penn State's got a pretty solid program right now. They're not looking for new coaches.
I think that you need to start a fresh dynasty, and
I did.
but I don't. I,
'Cause I
I
got fired from BC.
you need to start from the bottom.
Well, I'm bringing this team to glory. We have our last playoff game and then the finals. Hopefully,
But
if we beat
Florida is a
Clemson.
destination job. You go to Florida,
No,
and
but
then
I'm
you
trying
go
to
to
get
the
out
NFL.
of. I'm trying to get out of Florida.
I know, but like
I
you're
want
gonna
to
have
bring
to
a
go
team
backwards.
from the ground up, and I need a change of location. 'Cause
You're
the
gonna
heat
go
is just
backwards.
killing my team. What?
You're going to go backwards if you get another job from than Florida.
Well, I have an offer from Alabama to be offensive coordinator, which is kind of not. I want to be head coach, and then
What are you at Florida? OC?
Head coach.
Oh, I mean.
And then I got an offer from Ole Miss as head coach and Stanford as head coach.
Bring Stanford back to glory.
Stanford's really bad. It would be a lot of work.
That's why,
it would be a lot of seasons.
I think that's why it's worth doing the work.
Yeah.
That's why when Coach Doug's would start at fucking Toledo and then he would work his way up to, like Colorado or some shit like that.
Colorado's the 1 seed right now.
Yeah.
You don't happen to know Jack's zodiac sign, do you?
He's a Pisces.
That's what I figured.
He is a classic Pisces.
I think I might be a Gators fan now, though. I think that might be my college team.
Yeah, that's some of my least favorite content that Barstool employees make.
What?
When they're like, follow along.
They're like, pick my team. Yeah, that shit sucks so much. I don't have a college team. Help me pick one. And then they're like, LSU, we have the hottest chicks. And they're like, I'm listening. Okay, LSU just went up 2 points in my book.
30% of the employees.
Livy Dunn's going back for a 5th year.
Paul Skeens is crushing it. Imagine running into Paul Skeens back in campus. It's like, dude.
Bro, to walk a mile in his shoes.
Who the fuck is Nikki Smokes going to vote for or root for this year? Who is fucking Fasoli going to root for? I think Fasoli's doing it right now.
Fasoli is doing it, and Dana did it too.
Dana.
Francis, do you have a college team?
That rack of ribs is not sitting good.
No.
You need to blast ass?
I don't know. I'm okay.
Do you have a college team, Francis?
Because
I've always just been Penn State because of Roan.
Right. I don't really have a college team. Weirdly.
I'm not a huge college football guy.
It's hard to follow the NFL as close as us.
I would definitively say that I do not have a college team.
Yeah.
In anything. Even in, I'm trying to think basketball, football. Those are the only 2 sports that matter in college, right?
Hockey's pretty good.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Frozen
Basketball
4.
and football are the only 2 sports that matter, period. Except for baseball if the Phillies win.
Basketball's awful.
What?
Basketball blows.
College basketball?
Yeah.
The March Madness is probably, you could argue, one of the best, if not the best, sports tournaments, playoffs in all of sports.
And plus the women. What about the Queens? What about Caitlin Clark, bro?
True. I am a Clark head. I think I like women's basketball more than men's college basketball.
Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, what a fucking you truly are a warrior on the front line, or you're just signaling your virtue.
Yeah, I'm just not a big basketball. I like watching the last quarter of basketball. Like I liked watching the Celtics win it all, of course.
Yeah, so you're a basketball fan.
I liked watching playoff basketball. That period where it was NHL playoffs and basketball playoffs was pretty incredible.
Yeah, that was.
But football's the best by far.
I saw Roan this weekend, and I was leaving for the weekend, and he was leaving, I think, at the same time. And then when I arrived home for the weekend, he was arriving home at the same time.
Really?
We're on the same cycle. We're synced up.
It's pretty funny.
Ron, you went deep sea fishing this weekend, and
it turned out not to be deep sea.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't look like deep sea.
It wasn't deep sea.
Looked more like surface.
The wife was she was not interested in going out deep sea.
Really?
The guy was like, "We'll go deep sea." She was like, "Yeah."
It's kind of scary. I don't really like being on a boat when you can't see anything. You can't see land is like horrifying to me.
And even we weren't even that far out, and she was like getting sick or whatever.
Oh, she gets seasick?
These dudes they'll fish tuna. They go 3 hours out and go to the fucking continental shelf and fish tuna. They said the tuna are super smart too.
They do fish tuna.
They do.
Oh, okay.
So that was on the table if we wanted to go all the way out, but she was.
Tuna fishing is pretty insane. I've never done it, but I know people that have, and it's pretty cool.
I was asking them what is the smartest fish? Do these fish have a fucking idea that there's bait being dangled in front of them? Are they trying to nip at the bait and get around it? They're like, tuna are the smartest fish that they fish personally. The fish, the tuna will be running around trying to escape them. They'll know the tuna are there, but the tuna will be intentionally avoiding them.
Yeah.
They were calling me the fucking mackerel fucking king though.
Were you guys just doing the mackerel rig where you just yank it up and snag mackerel?
No. we were just just dropping weight, hitting the bottom, and fucking. We caught probably like 50 fish each. Like we were catching a ton of fish.
What?
And not all keepers.
You caught mackerel. Like you guys were fishing for mackerel?
No, we were just catching. You
were catching them as bait.
They kept them as bait to go tuna fishing.
Yeah.
Did you catch stripers?
No, but we caught black bass.
That's pretty sick.
Black bass are cool. They're small though, right?
These ones weren't that big.
Black bass, I think in general, are pretty small.
Yeah. But dude, we were fishing and off like the end of Long Island, and there was like some like satellite. I was like, what is that?
Oh, is that the thing that Stranger Things?
It's based. That's what Stranger Things is based on. Is this place called Camp Hope? And the dude was like, look up the stories about this place. There are crazy stories, conspiracy theories, everything. So I got back and I started looking it up. And allegedly in the 70s, they were running these like Nazi style tests that they would do, and allegedly like snatching up kids from the neighborhood, running tests on these little boys, fucking killing some of them, and even worse for some other ones. But then they said that might have been a cover up because there was supposedly during the Cold War nuclear silos at that exact site.
Damn.
But my thinking was like, how crazy is what they were doing if the cover-up was we're abducting little boys?
Yeah.
Like, how
true.
fucked is what they were doing out there?
They were probably cloning little boys.
But if they're just like, if the cops came up to them with like the flashlight and was like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, nothing to see here. We're just fucking these little kids.
Yeah, yeah.
It was insane how fucking, how deep.
Where is this? It's off of Long Island?
It's like the very end of Long Island.
Damn.
It's like right next to the lighthouse.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty crazy.
Not doing anything, just abducting these little kids.
You guys went out.
Another cop comes up and is like, these aren't even real cops. And the kids are like, what the? You know, we knew all
Stolen
along.
valor.
Yeah.
Did you guys go on a charter?
It was like we paid a dude to use his boat. It wasn't like
Did he go with you?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like a guided trip.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it wasn't like a big. It was like a tiny boat.
Charter.
It was just a dude and his son.
It's a charter.
Yeah.
Is that a charter?
Mm-hmm.
Charter sounds so nice. There wasn't even like a place to sit down on this boat.
No, I went on a charter when I was really young with my.
It wasn't Mark Fisher, was it?
It might have been. Was it Mark Fisher? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to find this.
I've been fishing with, I don't think it was him.
It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been.
I went on a charter when I was really young in Cape Cod with my dad and my grandfather and my uncle, and we caught like hundreds, because those guys just fish the same spot. They know exactly where the fish are going to be.
Yeah, we went to a bunch of different spots, but he was. We were catching tons of fucking fish.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Why did you get so sunburned? What happened to your legs?
They are pretty sunburned. I was getting cooked out there.
Just your ankles?
It was just like I was sitting on the beach, but I was like sitting up with my legs out.
I see.
So my legs were just eating it all.
Do you put sunscreen on?
I tried to get a base, and then I put sunscreen on. So I was like 2 hours no sunscreen.
I'm not a base guy. I abandoned the base idea.
This is going to be like my only time this summer to get sun, like any chance of getting sun like that. So I was like, this is going to be my one base that I get. Why did you abandon the base?
I just can't take the burn. After Virginia, I wear sunscreen like every day. And when I go fishing, I wear like layers and I wear gator on my face to protect my face.
Yeah,
I put sunscreen on my face.
I wanted to have the gear. I wanted to go like long sleeves or some shit like that. You got to go long sleeves.
Yeah, you should have.
With a flap on the back of the... But, I was going out for a fucking afternoon. I'm a fucking chubby. I'm not like a fucking fisherman.
Yeah, but when we went out with those guys, me and Francis both had bucket hats on and they were clowning us.
Why?
Because they were I don't know, but I'm going to get a sunburn. And then those guys don't get burnt because they just go out on the water every single day.
Yeah.
So what were they clowning? What were they wearing?
They were just wearing like shorts and a t-shirt and baseball hats.
I fell in the water. I deserve to be clowned. That was a joke. Absolute joke.
Dude, it's hard to stand out there.
It's hard to stand on a boat.
That bitch was pitching, especially when both of your hands are fucking on a rod.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Did you take a Dramamine before you went out?
I don't really get seasick, and I honestly think it's childish when people get seasick and car sick, especially.
Yeah,
you're a little.
We
baby
did a whole sketch about that.
Oh yeah,
yeah, about men getting car sick. It's actually about a guy in the military who comes home and then they drive to go get like pizza and he throws up.
That's hilarious.
And you're like, you were in Iraq, but you throw up when you're in a Volvo.
Yeah. It's so insane.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that.
It's pretty funny.
Is that online somewhere?
Yeah,
like your YouTube page or something.
It was an out of order sketch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite ones that we've done.
People were like, when grown men are like, I need to be in the front seat.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my entire childhood, I remember.
I'm that guy. I mean,
my grandparents.
Really?
Yeah, I get. I'm like, look, we as a car have an option. Either you let me sit in the front, or I will throw up in the car.
So crazy to me.
That's how my
can't help
10-month-old dog acts.
It's the way I am.
Dogs throwing up in the car is so brutal. It's like infuriating, but you like feel bad.
It's
but like
pathetic.
you look like they're in the car for 30 seconds and you look back and your dog is like shaking in the back seat, projectile vomiting. And you're like, what happened?
How is it that some
been in the
people,
car for 30 seconds?
What is it evolutionarily that makes some people have to fucking throw up from being in the car?
Well, a guy like Francis probably can't get his head out of his phone.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
I know better than to be
He's
on my
playing
phone.
Balloons Tower Defense 5.
I won't.
I'm car sick.
I'm gonna.
I played my game too long.
Too hard.
I played Temple Run for too long and now I feel sick.
I don't look at my phone. I can't because I know that'll just exacerbate it.
Getting car sick is one of the worst feelings on earth. I think that's right up there with getting sick from nicotine. Getting sick from nicotine is like the most foul sickness.
It is nasty.
You ever gotten sick from like smoking a cigar or like dip?
Like cigarettes.
Cigarettes? I never
One
got from
time I
cigarettes.
fucking went outside with like early on in probably my first year working at Barstool, I went outside with fucking tech guy Andrew and smoked a Marlboro Red in the middle of a workday. And he like one drag, sucked it all down, and I took like 2 puffs of it, and I had to like go and lay on a beanbag chair and hold my tummy. Like it was so foul. It took me out for hours on end.
Tech guy Andrew smoked cigarettes like the fucking Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Like video. The guy just
lights them all at once, like one of those Peruvian flutes.
Yeah. He pan flutes his cigarettes down.
Yeah.
It was nasty work. But I was like, yeah, I'll have a cigarette. And I think like the only cigarettes I like smoked were like when I was fucked up at that time.
Yeah.
There was a lot of rude awakenings. Like even my first day, I was like a trial at Barstool. I was doing like a 3-day trial and I got fucked up like the second night with like my friends out in Brooklyn. And going into work the next day, I could not believe how hungover I was and how much it affected my brain.
Yeah.
And then like 3 months into actually working at Barstool, I like Shake Shack for lunch one day.
Oh.
And it took me out for fucking hours.
Yeah.
Like I was shitting my brains out, so lethargic. Like I just learned so much about. I thought I knew about what a normal job was, but like there's so many little things you could do throughout the day that will fuck your life up.
Mm-hmm.
Shake Shack's on my do not eat list.
Period.
I can't eat it.
It's so good though,
dude. Every time I eat Shake Shack, it's like the worst stomachache I've ever had. Just diarrhea, like you can't believe.
What's your guys' favorite summer dinner meal?
Lobster roll.
I had a lobster roll yesterday.
Corn on the cob.
Like a pan-seared halibut with maybe some dill and then a side of summer corn salad with cherry tomatoes and red onions and lemon and olive oil, and then maybe like a sautéed broccolini or a steamed asparagus that's crunchy, that's not too overdone.
Really?
That would be a really nice meal.
Sounds pretty good.
That does sound very nice. I just did burgers, corn on the cob, and potato salad last night. It was just so fucking summery.
And you had a lobster roll?
I had a lobster roll for lunch.
If you do a burger and you take the bun off and you put it on a bed of lettuce and then you can cut it up and it becomes this like healthy burger.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It's really nice.
That's why you look how you do, and
I'm seed on top of it.
I'm trying to not eat for a day.
Talk dirty to me about the bird seed. little bird seed in there.
Throw some grains on that burger. You know what would make this burger better? Grain.
Some feed.
It's a texture thing. I like a little crunch.
Yeah.
Some quinoa.
I'm a crunch guy. I like some crunch.
I don't mind a little bit of crunch.
Crunchwrap Supreme.
Did you have a... Oh, my God. I love it. I was hunting for a fucking Taco
Crunchwrap
Bell yesterday.
Supreme is good. For some reason, Taco Bell doesn't fuck up my stomach at all. Like it's just slam Taco Bell.
You're like the Dominican dudes who pissed on their hands. Like
Yeah.
You're calloused.
I'm hardened.
You've been forged in the fires of fucking Taco Bell.
Dude, I had a
Ground
burger.
beef.
I had a smash burger on Saturday before going to the stand.
Smash Burger, the place, or
No,
like,
I ordered one, a smash burger.
that's what. But that's what Shake Shack makes? Smash
Yes.
burgers.
Did you eat with Jack?
No, I had.
Oh.
Jack is on your vibe. Quinoa.
He's a healthy guy.
Oh yeah.
I diarrheaed at the stand to the point that I was like, they might not book me here again after this.
It was the other way. They punished you with 5 shows.
Yeah.
Did Jack come to the stand?
No.
Oh.
He was worn out from fishing.
Yeah, I guess.
Took the train back from Harlem.
He did?
No, we both did.
Oh.
Sketchy train.
The A train.
The 2. But from Harlem.
Where does he live?
Couldn't tell you.
Downtown.
No,
Somewhere.
he's
On
Murray
the west
Hill.
side.
He's Murray Hill.
No, he's not. I do know where, but I'm not giving you any more information.
But you opened this.
No, you opened it. You started like asking a million questions about him.
I followed the track.
You doxed him. You said Jack's a good Irish boy.
You put me on the scent, and I can't help.
I said I went fishing with my friend, and now it's turned into where does he live?
What's his name? Donaghy or Doherty?
Neither of those.
But it's something like that, right?
No.
It's Irish.
No.
You're not named Jack unless you're Irish.
He's not Irish.
So he's
all.
Italian? Oh,
No.
German.
I'm gonna meet him.
Your guys are going to get along like gangbusters.
We sure will. I know we will.
You'll never meet him.
I will make him meet me.
You'll never meet him ever.
I'm gonna meet him, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You're just going to hunt him like the most dangerous game.
There's
You'll
so
never
many
meet
ways to find Jack D.
Jack D.
Jack Donkishin.
Yeah, German. A good German D.
You nailed it.
What
I
did
don't
you
know how
have
you guessed it.
Did you have a pro, or would you have a club? You have a golf thing this weekend or some shit?
Oh yeah, I lost a member guest.
Member guest.
We didn't really continue.
Dude, you texted us that I said, what are you guys doing? And you said member guests. And I looked it up. I thought it was like a professional tournament that you were watching.
No.
I was like, oh, I didn't know the member guest was this weekend.
Like the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
I played I played the last match was 9 holes. Every match was 9 holes, and we played against 2 guys that I'm good friends with. My buddy Dustin.
I know Dustin. Good people.
Dustin Diamond played Screech and Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Do you want to know more about Dustin?
Not at all. Couldn't care less.
He likes his steak bloody rare.
Yeah. That's one thing about Dustin.
I'll give you stuff about Dustin.
He eats capers raw and out of a bowl.
One thing about Dustin is that guy's going to get a rare steak.
Oh, my God.
And if they say we don't do rare, he'll go back and he'll cook it himself.
Well, he barely.
Yeah.
He'll look at it real hard. That's how he likes his steak done. He said just concentrate on it for a second and fucking send it out.
Dustin,
maybe a light hair dryer, just warming it up.
Yeah.
Dustin's Asian, so he does like a little Wagyu.
Sashimi.
Did I meet Dustin?
Kobe beef. Huh?
Did I meet Dustin?
I think you did.
I don't think you have.
What's his real name?
It's got to be Dustin.
Tiger.
He's a spectacular golfer. But we were playing against him and his partner, his guest, and it was me and my guest. And Dustin and I play sometimes where we do a shot a hole. Like if you win the hole, the other team has to take a shot. But invariably,
Mid-tourney?
Of course.
Yeah, almost
Member guest.
irresponsible.
we were drinking
Feels irresponsible.
heavy.
That's what you do for the member guest. You get
And then
Schlambazzled.
if you tie a hole, it carries. So on the next hole, you have to take two shots if you
yes.
lose. And taking 2 shots on a hole, because we were drinking nips.
Oh,
So it's
Pink
like
Whitney?
a full
Pink Whitney, I assume.
piping hot pink
1.5 ounce tequila, cold. And I think that in 9 holes, I think I had, because a lot of the time they would lose, but I'd say I'll do it with you anyway. and I think I had 7 shots in 9 holes. And we played it in 2 hours. So I had 7 shots in 9 holes. Plus I had a couple of
course beers,
high noons.
Couple high noons, couple Pink Whitneys on the rocks.
It was one of those things where I didn't feel that drunk when we walked off the course, but an hour later I was so drunk.
Yeah.
Because it all caught up to me.
That drive home must have been
Tesla,
brutal.
take me home.
Yeah.
Tesla, this one's on you.
I woke up to my garage attendant being like, Senor. What?
You want to clean off the blood?
You want the charge? You want the charge?
You want to take the human hair out of the grill?
No, that's deer.
Deer.
Go ahead and grill it.
Yeah. Damn, that's a blast.
It was really fun. We had a great time. Awesome weekend. I had to do a roast for the opening ceremonies. They asked me to do a set.
Oh, yeah. You told me about that.
So I wrote a bunch of jokes about people that were playing in the tournament.
You got a bag for that.
I did okay.
Okay.
Really?
Surgeon salary?
They waived half our entry fee.
That was the pay?
Yeah.
How much is the entry fee?
I'm not going to say.
Surgeon salary.
It was good. It was good money.
Let's just say it's what Jack makes at the firm.
It was also hard.
Did you kill?
Yeah, I did well, but it's outside. People aren't aware that this is happening. I had to gather everyone around to get them close enough to have any concentration of laughter. And then I just started ripping people apart.
Dustin's here. He's gay.
Murphy's here. You still cheating on your wife, you bastard?
You sick fuck. You sick fuck, Murphy.
I went down a deep rabbit hole of TikTok videos of dudes on golf courses filmed from the perspective of the cart girl, and just the cart girl's basically just getting harassed by dudes.
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking nasty.
Should have seen Francis off of 9 shots. Get over here, bitch!
You know my friend Dustin?
Dustin's thirsty!
It wasn't even that kind of shit. It was much more lewd and so it made me uncomfortable, and it's hard to make me uncomfortable through the phone screen.
Yeah, that's tough.
Dudes are like, I'll take 2 beers and some vagina. It's
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
She loves us.
Take a little extra. It's $20. Why don't you go buy yourself some panties?
Yeah. Swap them in, swap them out. It's so nasty what dudes are doing what golf men are doing. That's why I don't play the sport.
No, me neither.
That's why I'm a fisherman through and through. I get out on the water. The dudes who I was out on the water with, it was a father-son who run the business.
Yeah.
And they were even sure to tell me, they're like, yeah, we just have a trailer park on some land up here that we rent. We don't even own the land that we're on. Basically being we're not affluent. But they were such stoic fishermen. They didn't fucking barely talked at all. Just it gave me a whole new appreciation for just the silence.
Really?
Silence on the water. You think fishermen are talkative guys?
When you go out with a guide, they just yap your ear off.
Really?
Yeah. They're conversation guys.
I was starting to be my conversational self, and then I was like, let me dial it back a little bit and just let the waves talk.
That's what I like.
Listen to the fishies.
I like to sit in silence.
Oh yeah.
And just go, fucking shit. Snagged again. God, fucking hate this shit.
Oh, I wasn't getting snagged. No bird's nest for me, brother.
Yeah, that's nice. That's the best part about fishing in the ocean. No snags. No trees.
No snags, no casts. I'm just
no
dropping.
Trees. Trees to claim your flies.
No. I was fucking, oh my God. It was a jet. They were are you guys keeping any, do you guys want to keep any of these? And we're nah, we don't have anywhere to put them.
Dude, I would have loved for you to, because they'll clean it for you and put it they'll make it into the fillets, and then you can put it in a frozen cooler or whatever and bring it back to me, and I would have cooked it.
They said that, I just didn't even have a cooler to bring out there. I was just basically catch and release the entire time. But they were sometimes we the morning crew that they took out, they were they just had them kill all the fish. And then at the end, they were oh, you guys want these? We don't want these. So they just committed a genocide of fish, and we're just killing them for the sport of killing them.
What the fuck, dude?
That's insane.
That's so really bad.
Yeah, they're just.
But I bet, knowing those fishermen as I do,
yes,
they did probably make use of the meat.
I hope so. But the guys were like, yeah, we don't want these. Like, we don't need this.
Fuck, man. That seems really against the code.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure the people didn't know, or they just had a bloodlust.
Wow.
But
we should do a catch and cook. We should go to. You guys should come with me to New Jersey this weekend. Catch some fish and cook them.
I would. It's the Olympics opening ceremonies, though.
When? Saturday?
So
I'm going Saturday. I already rented the car.
Bro, you could just ask to borrow the car, bro.
No, I can't. I don't want to go to Brooklyn and then have to come back.
I would drop it off.
But I'm not going to make you drop off.
I would put the car in an
7
Uber.
a.m.
Put the car in the backseat of an Uber. Have them drop it off.
I've been thinking about buying a car.
We just go get an OnlyFans podcast. They'll buy you a car.
Yeah, true. I saw that.
Did you see that, Francis?
No.
An OnlyFans girl bought Glennie a car.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Like one of those cute little cars
Porsche
that you have.
911.
What are they called?
No. You're not for real.
Porsche 911, matte black, tinted windows.
No.
Turbo.
I don't buy it.
Raised.
No, it was like one of the
Needs
ones
to be raised for him.
Lowered.
Can't be bottoming out on
speed
potholes.
bumps. It was the ones that you see on Nantucket, like those like cute little ones that
Like a smart car?
no, it's like they're like a throwback to a foregone era.
It's like a car that like an indie band would like drive around and be
They
like, we
like
saved
parked
up
them
all of our money to get this.
They put it in front of a boutique hotel.
My
and
dad
girls,
owns
take
30% of
pictures in
Google.
front of it.
My dad owns 30% of Google, but we saved up all of our money to buy this van.
And he was like, you know what car I really want? Talking to this OnlyFans girl who said she's like cleared like $20 million last year. He's like, you know what car I really want? And they're like, why don't you get one? He's like, I can't afford it.
Except you can, for sure.
And yeah, he's saved every cent that he's ever made. The only thing he ever bought was an inflatable hot tub to put on his back deck at his mom's house that he almost drowned in. But he, they basically, he was like playing coy. That's true story.
Drowning is so
playing
funny.
coy in that hot tub.
Yeah, he was. He turned into a koi pond.
Mm-hmm.
But it was he was just like being like sly, being like, no, I couldn't like afford it. They're like, we should get you one. He's like, no, I can't accept that. And then like immediately they're like, no, it's already bought. Like half the down payment made or whatever. And they just bought him a $28,000 fucking vehicle.
Taxes on that are going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. Where's he going to drive it?
I know, right? Well, I guess he doesn't live in the city.
What if he drove it into work?
Yeah, that would be sick.
It's like a puttering fucking Flintstone mobile.
If he doesn't live in the city, he could easily drive that thing around.
Oh, easily.
Dude, when I rented that car last week to drive back to New York, I couldn't return it that night because it was 2 a.m. So I had to find parking. There's a ton of parking around me.
Yeah.
Because everyone's down on your street. M. Rados did the fucking Hamptons.
True.
You think anyone from
On the weekend, it's easy.
You also have like
Yeah.
a Corvette
Sunday,
that parks
though.
in your block.
Sunday's the number one easiest day.
Really?
Yeah, they don't have any. There's nothing.
Well, it was
No.
a Monday, technically.
Right, but as long as you're out by 8 a.m. on Monday morning,
Yeah, I had to move it by
you
8.
can park anywhere. Sunday is the easiest day to park. In the
It's
city.
pretty. That part sucks. That's why I couldn't do it.
Well, you would need to get a garage.
Yeah, you have to wake up early as shit to move it.
You'd need to put it in a garage,
Yeah. Well,
which is going to be $900 a month where you live.
yeah.
Which you can't afford.
So I guess I will not be getting a car. Let's go ahead and scratch that idea.
Hmm.
But the amount of money that I spend on rental cars is
Exorbitant.
Yeah, it's
a lot of money.
Just get a beater.
What's a beater?
Like a shitty car. A hoopty.
Yeah, hoopty.
A
I could get a
jalopy.
hoopty.
Yeah.
Raised, of course,
Of course.
so I can take it off road.
With big tires. Monster truck tires.
Just getting a Toyota Corolla raised.
That's the opposite of what our Hispanic brothers do.
Yeah,
They lower theirs, soup them up.
they like them low.
Yeah.
They like their cars like skimming the gravel.
Hmm.
How do they go over speed bumps? In
You
those?
don't. You
You
got to
go
go
over
around.
2 tires. You go to the side.
You go over sideways.
2 of them go off to the side, and then the other 2 go up.
You got to download. There's another GPS app like Waze, but for lowered cars.
Hmm.
So it helps you avoid all speed bumps, and
Avoid speed bumps
potholes.
and potholes, yeah. It's a fact.
You just drive on tennis courts all day.
Skating rinks. You
Yeah.
just drive on basketball courts. Let's end the podcast.
Pussy.
And what?
I could go all day, bro.
I know I'm a pussy, but we got to record later on this week. We've completely stopped banking any episodes.
No, we're not West Banking anymore.
It's all right. I got to go back to my apartment and beat Clemson.
I didn't know you're calling your dick Clemson these days.
Classic. All right. That's the podcast. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Goodbye.